The topics and opinions expressed on the following show are solely those of the hosts and their guests and not those of W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. We make no recommendations or endorsements for radio show programs, services, or products mentioned on air or on our web. No liability, explicit or implied, shall be extended to W4WN Radio, its employees, or affiliates. Any questions or comments should be directed to those show hosts. Thank you for choosing W4WN Radio.
Welcome to my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives. I'm Debi, a certified holistic health coach. I revitalize people's lives by helping them identify the root causes of their health and mindset issues and create a custom natural holistic strategy to address them in the areas of mind, body, and soul. As a health coach, I'm not allowed to say that I heal, treat, cure, prevent, or diagnose any diseases. I can certainly make your body more efficient by reducing symptoms. You'll feel better, be more productive, enjoy life more. Not many people have released 70 pounds, had a health and mindset transformation, and kept fit and trim for over a decade. I have staying power. It's been over 12 years. I even became a half marathon runner at the age of 51 when I never ran from childhood to adulthood due to foot pain. And I have done 8 half marathons so far. Mindset is the key to lasting change. As a certified holistic health coach, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. I guide them to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients. My coaching is for optimizing health, releasing weight efficiently, and enhancing your mindset. With my clients, I help them recognize that their thoughts, feelings, and emotions drive their actions and results, sometimes good, sometimes bad. That's why it's crucial to have a positive mindset in life. It's also imperative to manage your emotions and release those low vibrational emotions like fear, frustration, and doubt, because they're going to slow you down and get you stuck physically, mentally, emotionally, and spiritually. Like a hot air balloon that has ballasts, I help my clients release those emotional ballasts and baggage so they can uplift to a better, happier, healthier life. In turn, they are releasing their stress, they're getting healthier, and they are reshaping their core beliefs. You will see and feel the differences with my coaching programs. Ask me about them. Set up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives, DebiChanges Live as in Victory ES.com /Linktree LINKTREE. And there I can guide you to your better, happier, healthier life with custom natural solutions unique to you in the area of mind, body, and soul. And I have a new podcast collaborative. It's called Vibe Up Your Mind, Body, and Soul. And it's with 3 ladies in the energetic wellness realm. Denise Cabiote, Evelyn Mothers, and Jay Frey. We all have a topic. And you'll be fascinated how your body, mind, energy, emotions, and also sound can unite to bring you holistic practices to elevate wellness, restore balance, and bring you to your true potential. It is on Saturday, December 6th at 2 p.m. Pacific. You can watch the previous episode that we had together going over the topic and what we do at bit.ly/holistically with a WH, Vibe Up Your Mind, Body, and Soul, all spelled out as one word, no spaces. And for more information about this event, pricing, and to sign up, go to https://muscleturners.ca/mind-body-soul. And join us. You'll learn a lot. Now, personally, I am a big fan of hydrogen water. It really has helped me with hydration, as well as digestive issues, skin conditions, and it's great for my endurance, for my running. I use the EcoGo Plus that has been replaced with the Eco Flask. And I love Echo Clean for cleaning my kitchen and bath without any of those harsh chemicals or fumes. Today, I'm excited to have Dr. Paul Barattiero, a naturopathic doctor who is the founder of Echo Water and Luminova. He's a leading voice for hydrogen and light therapy, focused on recovery, resilience, and the body's ability to heal itself. Now, he is dedicated to science-backed wellness, recovery, and cellular performance. Dr. Paul illuminates the understanding of how the molecular molecule hydrogen H2 reduces oxidative stress and inflammation, which are leading causes of diseases, and why he developed the Echo Water systems in the first place. Check out his resources at www.hydrogenstudies.com. So today we'll be discussing how Echo Water helps metabolic balance and blood sugar. So let's welcome Dr. Paul Barattiero, a naturopathic doctor and founder of Echo Water and Luminova, back to my show. And here we go. Dr. Paul, welcome back to my show.
Thank you.
So, hydrogen water obviously is often described as supporting the body's natural ability against oxidative stress. Now, some people may not understand what oxidative stress is, and as well as how blood sugar creates the oxidative stress and other health issues. How does hydrogen play a role in balancing it?
So hydrogen reduces oxidation and also oxidative stress through signal modulation, through stopping radicals in the body, like hydroxyl radicals. And it is a natural process. So hydrogen is a selective antioxidant. What that really means is that it only reaches and reacts with the cytotoxic or cell damaging radicals in the human body. So we have radicals, but not all free radicals are bad. In fact, most free radicals have a life-sustaining or what's called a physiological role in the body. What we don't want to bother them. We want them to function the way they're supposed to. But hydroxyl radicals, superoxide, things like this that are damaging free radicals, those are the radicals that we want to stop because they actually harm our cellular function. So amazingly, hydrogen is a selective antioxidant, which means it only goes after the bad radicals and doesn't bother the good radicals. And that's amazing. Amazing, amazing, amazing.
It's pretty intelligent, isn't it?
Yeah.
To be so selective. That is amazing.
Right.
It has its own little intelligence to say, oh, I got to look for this thing.
Right.
Now, when it comes to metabolic syndrome, which is a series of conditions like high blood pressure, high sugar, excess body fat around the waist or the abdomen, your stomach, and as well as cholesterol issues and other things, including oxidative stress. How does hydrogen create a metabolic balance with the cascade of these health conditions?
So it's kind of the same answer, but I'll be real specific. So number one, to have metabolic balance, we need to reduce oxidative stress. Oxidation is normal and natural, but oxidative stress is not.
Okay.
Oxidative stress is when our body's ability to combat the radicals are so low that we end up with oxidation turning into oxidative stress, and therefore we have cellular function that stops. Our normal cell signaling is stopped. So when we lower oxidative stress, that supports a healthier metabolism, and that allows our bodies to produce energy properly. Now, that leads us to mitochondrial function.
Okay.
Most of our oxygen radicals are in the mitochondrial respiratory chain, stopping ATP production. So when we talk about metabolic balance, we're talking about energy level. So we cannot talk about energy level without talking about mitochondrial function in the body. And so hydrogen will help mitochondrial efficiency. In other words, our body's cells can burn fuel more efficiently, cleanly, and effectively. And when the mitochondria works more efficiently, the body naturally regulates weight, energy, and our metabolic rate is more normal. Now, we also need to talk about inflammation. So when we talk about mitochondrial function, when we talk about oxidative stress, there's always inflammation in there because oxidative stress, the result of that is the body producing inflammation to help itself. And so what we want to do is get rid of cytokines or pro-inflammatory things that are in the body. And one of the things that hydrogen does is it reduces pro-inflammatory cytokines such as TNF alpha and interleukin 6, for those of you that are eggheads like me. But the reality is, if we're reducing these inflammatory cytokines, then this increases our metabolic signaling, especially in the liver, fat tissue, and muscles. So if we're talking about inflammation, then we're always going to want hydrogen to reduce inflammation in our tissue. The other thing that we want to talk about is fat metabolism. Hydrogen influences enzymes related to lipid metabolism, and that helps the body shift away from fat storage to fat utilization. And it's really important when we talk about cholesterol, triglycerides, and fatty acid oxidation that hydrogen helps all of those things better. And so, again, all these are very, very important. And finally, the last two things that I want to talk about is hydration levels, which is going to increase metabolic rate. Because when we talk about metabolic balance, we also need to be properly hydrated, which will change the cell membrane permeability. And what's important about that is helping nutrients move in and out and waste out nutrients in the cells more efficiently. This
Yes,
is really important.
it is. And I guess because we're bringing down inflammation, the blood pressure will improve, right?
Well, yes, because if you bring down inflammation, you bring down cholesterol levels, and
Mm-hmm.
then you would also affect blood pressure because the body is putting the cholesterol there to patch areas where it's weak.
Mm-hmm.
Once we're not weak anymore, the body is smart enough, it will take back the cholesterol. And cholesterol is a wonderful energy source for our body, but it's also a patch that can be used. And so all of this together at the same time will also improve the gut balance and have a healthier environment, or what we call a terrain or a biome, so the right bacteria will live in the intestinal tract.
Okay.
And the reason that's so important is because our gut regulates metabolism, hormones, inflammation, and that, of course, has a huge ripple effect in the body when all of these things are being managed. And so let's, for those that are tuning in the first time, our bodies are designed to produce hydrogen gas. This is part of flatulence, for example. When, just like a car has a tailpipe, our body has a tailpipe. When we convert things into energy, we have processes or gases produced that come out. A car, well, we have the same kind of thing in our body. We have processes that come out of our tailpipe. We call it flatulence. Part of flatulence is hydrogen. And in that case, hydrogen is critical. So when we ferment foods in our intestinal tract or our colon,
Mm-hmm.
that's really critical. But we do, because we produce hydrogen, and hydrogen modulates all these things that we just talked about. So that thing that everybody hates, which is farting, right, is
Right.
actually good for us. So I jokingly say sometimes fart therapy, but the reality is that we need hydrogen gas, and the way we're naturally able to produce it is through the fermentation or digestion process. But because 90% of the population have gut dysfunction, they can't really make hydrogen the way they're supposed to. And therefore, we have to supplement hydrogen. And that's what Echo Water is. And that's what the Echo Flask is all about, is supplementing hydrogen.
Exactly. Now, it's interesting that you started talking about gas and things like that, passing gas. So when it comes to the gut, we do have a brain-gut connection, so we might as well talk about this. And I call it a brain-gut and heart connection, actually. So how does hydrogen influence our gut? Because you're talking about bacteria. The bacteria can actually communicate. Sometimes they can, work as a team, so to speak, if you want to put it simply. How can this translate into changing a mood or bring mind clarity as well as overall being?
Well, anytime we think about mood, I would argue that the gut plays more of a role in our emotional status than the brain does. We have more bacteria in our gut than we do in the rest of our body combined. And depending on the bacteria in the gut, that can greatly influence our emotional state, our food cravings, and our energy levels. So when we talk about bacteria, that's really what makes up the gut. And so when we say gut dysfunction or gut damage or whatever you want to call it, what we're really saying is that the bacteria in your intestinal tract is not correct. And what we need to understand is that bacteria have an environment they like to live in, just like we have a certain environments we like to live in. Well, bacteria, they want to live in an environment that's a certain electrical potential. So aerobic bacteria, for example, want a positive electrical potential. Anaerobic want a negative electrical potential. Well, if you create a positive electrical potential environment, then you're inviting aerobic bacteria. Well, that's a problem because aerobic bacteria should only be 1 to 4% of our total bacteria in our intestinal tract. So if we create an environment for them and that becomes majority, we're going to have carb and sugar cravings and we're going to have anxiety and depression. Now, on the flip side, if we create an environment for anaerobic microflora by changing the electrical potential in the intestinal tract to a negative electrical potential, then we'll create or invite anaerobic microflora in, and now we'll have cravings of fiber and fatty acids, and we won't have as much anxiety and depression, and we can eat normal foods. What's really important is the fact that we should be eating more fiber and fat than carb and sugar. So that's why naturally we should have 96 to 99% of the bacteria in the gut being anaerobic and only 1 to 4% of the bacteria in the gut be aerobic. So the reality is the carb and sugar bacteria should be a small amount. The fatty acids and fiber should be a large amount. And so a lot of people that have gut issues that, let's say they eat vegetables or eat a salad and they end up with diarrhea, it's because they don't have the right bacteria to process fiber or fats. And so this is really an issue when you have 90% of the population having gut dysfunction. It's really important that we change the train of the gut. So how does Echo Water do that? Echo Water, once it goes through the process, the electrical potential in the water is now a negative 400 to a negative 600 millivolts.
Okay.
And that's perfect. When you drink it and it goes into the intestinal tract, it's going to share that electrical potential into the tissue of the gut. And that is what changes the terrain. That electrical potential is the terrain that's needed. So when you drink the water and it goes down into the intestinal tract and specifically the colon, that is how we change the terrain. And that's how we take people that are gluten and dairy intolerant to many times a couple weeks later, people are no longer gluten and dairy intolerant. So these are the kind of things that we're seeing. And it's really important that people understand the issue is the bacteria in the gut. The issue is the terrain and the biome. And the easiest way to change the terrain and the biome is by drinking echo water and getting that electrical potential into the colon. And literally, it will change it it'll begin that process within hours.
I have a curiosity question for myself.
Yeah.
We also have a microbiome in our mouth.
Yep.
So how does the hydrogen water affect that? Because whatever we consume in our mouth goes down to our gut.
That's the same thing. We have certain bacteria that need an electrical potential. It's the same kind of thing. When we're drinking the water will absorb into the gums and tissue. There are quite a few periodontal studies and dental related studies that are absolutely amazing to read. And so absolutely, it all starts right here. If you have receptors in your mouth, you have tonsils, for example. If you still have your tonsils, I do. But if you have tonsils, that's your first point of your immune system. That's what tells the rest of the body, oh crap, guess what's coming? Be prepared. That's normally how it's supposed to happen. That's how we're supposed to have immunity. That's how we're supposed to have the body clued in on what's coming. Is it first goes in the mouth, and then it's going to tell the rest of the body, check this out. This is what's coming, bad or good.
Yeah. Now, during this conversation, we had one question come up about hydrogen water. Can we bring that question up? It was from Hattie. Maybe she doesn't realize. Yeah. Echo always has hydrogen. So maybe you want to explain that.
Yeah, she said, has Echo always had? Of course, we're a 16-year-old company. And the whole reason I started the company was because at that time, everyone was talking about alkaline water, and they weren't understanding that the pH was unimportant to the body. The pH of a solution you're drinking or food you're eating doesn't matter to the body. It has nothing to do with health. It has nothing to do with whether or not that food item or that drink item is beneficial or not, because stomach acid is always acid. Bile is a 1.5 pH. If you add some gastric juices, you're going to be 3, 4, maximum 5 pH. The reality is the fact that nothing we put into our stomach is going to change our body pH. A lot of people will tell you that, but it's completely false information. Some people foolishly believe what they're told by others, and they will pass that information on. But you will not find a single study that's ever been done showing that food or liquid that is a certain pH going in the stomach will affect the body's pH. It absolutely will not. Every one of your organs function at a specific pH. And blood, for example, has to be a 7.35 to a 7.45. And the way that's managed in the body is through carbonic acid, through breathing process. So you could do more to breathe one more time a minute than anything you're drinking. And when I tell people that, they're like, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Everybody says alkaline diet makes your body less acid. And it's completely false. And the reality is, if you were to put something alkaline in your stomach, immediately your body's going to produce HCl to lower that pH back down. Within seconds, the water is buffered anyways. So I started Echo back in 2009, 2010, 2011 to talk about hydrogen gas, because people were selling, and I was too, people were selling alkaline water machines And
Yeah.
they falsely thought that the pH of the water was where the benefits were. However, it was completely false. The benefits were coming from hydrogen gas. And these devices that were alkaline water machines utilized traditional electrolysis. And they would split water into two streams of water. One would be alkaline, one would be acid. But in the alkaline side, there would be hydrogen gas only if the electrodes in those machines didn't have calcium buildup. The problem is with all the alkaline machines on the market, they will get calcium buildup within a couple of weeks, and you'll lose the ability to dissolve hydrogen gas. So I really created Echo to educate people on the benefits of hydrogen, because that's what helped my wife 20 years ago. Number one. Number two, helping them understand that if you don't have hydrogen gas, alkaline water is a big problem for the human body. It puts a burden, a metabolic burden on the body that you should not put on yourself. And so I wanted people to understand that you have to have hydrogen gas in water to help you. Whether or not the pH of the water is high or low doesn't matter. That's really what Echo was all about. And initially, this is many years ago now, 16 years ago, but we had the Echo 7 machine, which made alkaline water, but it was guaranteed to always have hydrogen in that water as well. And so the reality is that if you didn't have hydrogen, there's no benefit to drinking the water, no matter what the pH is. But if you have hydrogen in there, doesn't matter what the pH is, because it's going to be beneficial. That's why I started Echo Water.
That's a really good reason. Because it was almost like a light bulb moment. Oh, this is not right.
Well, exactly, because people were buying these machines, and quite honestly, they would all say, every time I clean the machine with citric acid or something else, I feel better, but in a couple of weeks, I don't feel good anymore. Well, it's because they were getting calcium buildup and the hydrogen was gone. So people need to understand that hydrogen water, if there's actually hydrogen gas, not just a tiny bit, most of the products on the market that are claiming to be hydrogen are horrible at producing hydrogen. And these are alkaline water machines. They're horrible. They're all horrible at producing hydrogen. They're not a proper amount of hydrogen. What we call traditional electrolysis is not the right apparatus or technology to create hydrogen water. A proton exchange membrane type electrolysis is what is appropriate to produce hydrogen gas in water. So, and if you have an appropriate hydrogen product, which unfortunately 99% of the products on the market that are claiming hydrogen are scam products. They're not real hydrogen products. If you get a real hydrogen like Echo, it will improve insulin sensitivity. It will reduce blood sugar spikes. It will help glucose uptake in your muscles through the GLUT4 transporters. It will reduce inflammation and that causes insulin resistance to begin with. So understand that those suffering from diabetes and neurologic issues because of sugar or cortisol related blood sugar fluctuations, hydrogen helps all these things. And this is what people need to understand. When I created Echo Water, I was in the diabetes industry. When I gave the water to people that had diabetes, within, not always, but much of the time, within 3 to 5 days, people would have normal glucose levels. Even though they would be type 1 or type 2 diabetes, they would have normal blood glucose levels. So, and their A1C levels would come down in 90 days. And so these are the kind of things that people need to understand. And what they really need to understand is the creator made your body so that it can create hydrogen, because that's what's needed to keep you healthy. But man has made things that damage your gut and your system, and it will reduce your ability to be healthy. And so we're simply giving it back to you through getting hydrogen into your life again.
It's waking up your body.
Yeah.
What it's doing for that natural healing capability.
Yeah.
Yeah. So now earlier in the conversation, you were talking about, oxidative stress and that, hydrogen gas, the
Mm.
molecule, it's very selective. Now, there's some products out there that people use as antioxidants, and some of them are okay. Some of them are a lot better, higher quality. But how does hydrogen differ from hydrogen gas different from traditional antioxidants, and why it is so effective in certain situations?
Well, traditional antioxidants are electron donor. So
Mhm.
typically people think of an antioxidant as something that has an extra electron and it can be donated to
Yes,
complete
exactly.
something else.
Hmm.
The problem is with these traditional antioxidants, once they donate their electron, they themselves become a pro-oxidant and they become a problem to have to deal with for the body. The good news is hydrogen doesn't work that way. It doesn't have an extra electron. In fact, it's neutral. So it doesn't donate an electron and it doesn't become a pro-oxidant. It is a signal modulator. So it's modulating pathways, it's getting things to work correctly the way they were designed to. And that's why the effects of hydrogen are antioxidant, but it's not technically functioning like a traditional antioxidant itself. But that makes it safe with chemotherapy. It makes it safe with other modalities that normally you could not use with traditional antioxidants. You can use with hydrogen gas, and you will get all the benefits of a antioxidant without harming the modality like chemotherapy or something else that normally antioxidants would harm the function of these modalities.
Yeah. And some antioxidants can also be in our foods that help us. And the combination with hydrogen gas probably is really a good thing. Now, a question came up about there's a variety of products out there that Echo Water has.
Yeah.
And I prefer the portable system because I can take it anywhere. So if I'm
Yeah.
traveling, I eat something bad, whoa, it's going to help me, right? So, and that's the Echo Flask now. I actually purchased the Echo Go Plus, but the Echo Flask is what it is,
Yeah.
and that's actually a better product,
Yeah.
and because it gives you more the H2 hydrogen gas in it.
Yes.
And then there's like systems for the home. So do you want to touch base on what these things are? You're the expert.
Absolutely. So Echo started manufacturing machines that would go in a home. They will filter all the contaminants out of the water and they will give you drinking water that doesn't have pesticides, heavy metals, pharmaceuticals, glyphosate, all these kind of things. That's where we started as a company. As we were selling machines, people were like, what do I do when I travel away from home? And so that's when we created the bottles. It was for two types of people: A, skeptical people, and B, people that travel away from their machine. So understand that they don't replace a machine, because what's nice about a machine is you can get a quarter gallon a minute. And if you have two or three people in your home, or four or five or 10 or whatever the number is, you can get water when you need and you're not waiting. With a device like this, you're going to wait 5 to 10 minutes to get 12 ounces. Well, people are going to go, what in the world? I drink more than 12 ounces. Like, that's just a couple gulps and I'm done. Well, this is perfect for when you're traveling, right? Because you can throw it in your bag, take it on the plane, and do all these wonderful things. But like in my home, I have the Echo whole house filtration system and softener. I have the Echo reverse osmosis under my sink. I have the Echo Ultimate because my wife wants that. It's a machine that makes 4 types of water. And so, and then I also have this for when I travel. But I can tell you what I drink every day is I go to the kitchen and I turn on the Echo faucet and I get water out of it and I drink that every day. This for me is when I travel. If if I had to fill this up and this was my only source of water, then I would drink 3 to 6 of those a day, like I tell other people to do.
I drink 10.
Oh my gosh, bless your heart. But I fill up things like this with the water. I have this one that's white and I have one that's black, and it's glass. I fill that up and I drink a few of those a day. And it's just easier because I fill it up right out of the machine, and it's reverse osmosis. So it is not have contaminants. It has hydrogen in it, and it's amazing. So I'm very particular about water. I like showering in water that's clean. I hate going to hotels that have chlorine in the shower because I'm like, oh my gosh, I remember when that was my life. And it's almost like you want to pick hotels that have water filtration. And so it's really, really important that I don't have the smell of chlorine in the water because it'll dry your hair out and your skin. And so I have the Echo Pure whole house system, the softener and filter. Then under the sink, I have the reverse osmosis to further remove contaminants that I don't want to put in my body. Not everything absorbs through your skin. So having a filtration system is perfectly fine. You don't have to have a reverse osmosis whole house system. We do have them if you want them, but you don't have to. You can get a softener, you can get a filtration. But for drinking water, I recommend reverse osmosis because all the contaminants are gone. And you've all heard me say, don't be a filter, buy a filter. Don't take things in your body that you're forcing your liver and your kidney to get rid of. Take water that's healthy. And we have multiple machines that can go with the undersink RO system. I like the Echo Flow. It's our least expensive machine that goes with the RO system. And that allows someone to have very ultra clean water with hydrogen in it. And there's no maintenance other than you'll change the cartridges in the RO system, but there's no maintenance for the Echo Flow that goes under sink. So, and then of course I have the travel unit. And so that's my whole life, right? I'm going to take the travel unit on the road. I have the systems in the house for everyday drinking and cooking. And imagine trying to cook with something like this, and it just doesn't make any sense. So I would say if you can afford it, get the whole house system, get the under sink kitchen makeover kit. That's the best deal we have going. The kitchen makeover, which is an RO and the flow, the faucet, the leak detection kit. It's all on sale right now. I would highly recommend you take advantage of this sale, the Black Friday sale that we're doing, and get that for your home, because that's going to allow you to walk up to a faucet, turn it on, fill up your glass, and walk away. And it's amazing. Plus, if you got 4 people, you're going to have 40 minutes of each of you getting 12 ounces of water. So for the morning schedule, if you have your kids going to school, it's really kind of a challenging thing in the morning. So having a machine really does help. We do have a pitcher, which is battery operated, that does 57 ounces. Those will be back in stock soon because we're updating them and making them better. So higher performance, more beautiful. Just know that will be back available soon. But I hope that helps people understand what we have. But for the lady that asked how much is a machine, right now because of Black Friday, they're around a couple $1,000s for an under sink system. And that's amazing in my opinion.
Yeah. Well, since we're talking about the Black Friday special, why don't we just go to your offers?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, okay, so I have a screen here that will come up soon, a slide. And pretty much these Black Friday specials, I hope it's coming up soon, are 20% off of the Echo Flask. And that is at bit.ly/Echo Flask. There's also the other water products that he mentioned. It is bit.ly Echo Water Products. Both of them end on November 27th. I don't know what they're going to do for Cyber Monday, but that's what is going on right now.
Here's what I would say. Those codes are to be clicked on If you just type it in, it won't work as well. But if they use your coupon code, that's really what they're going to want to do, or click on those links if they have the ability to click on them directly, what was sent to you. But otherwise, the coupon code Debbie Changes Lives would be the one to use if they're in the shopping cart. That's going to get them the special prices. And
No
so,
matter
yeah,
what, no matter if it's 20 or 10%.
yes. So just have them put that in, the coupon code, and where you enter that is when you're in the shopping cart with whatever is in your shopping cart. Before you check out, scroll down and see where it says coupon code, where you can enter the coupon code and put in Debbie Changes Lives. That would be awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I've always been directing people to the Bitly links because I've been doing that. But from the hydrogen echo water is another Bitly link that was I thought just for the 10%. But
yeah, if they use
Debbie Changes Lives,
yeah.
And does it matter if it's lowercase or uppercase?
No, it doesn't matter for the coupon code. And those links work if someone clicks directly. But if they were to type them in, it wouldn't work in the same way. So those links that you have, you would copy and paste them exactly, and they would click directly on those. But them just typing it in, it wouldn't work. So the coupon code is something they could type directly in, and that would get them the discounts. Yeah.
Okay. And Debbie Changes Lives is DebiChangesLive as in Victory ES.com. I mean, BS without the com. And it's one word. Okay. So thank you for that clarification.
You're welcome.
So these are wonderful offers. So Dr. Paul, please stick around for closing remarks. I will have you back again as a guest. And we can talk about another topic that relates to hydrogen. Yeah. So please stick around, okay?
Okay.
All right. Now, remember, I do revitalize people's lives in many different areas of health and mindset. You can go to the next slide. And I start with your gut as well as your mindset. And what I do is I help people in those areas as well as blood sugar, hormones, bone and joint, brain and heart, and immunity. I can help people from people that are anxious up to athletes, because I do guide you to clean, toxic-free foods and high-quality essential nutrients products that reduce symptoms. You'll feel better, and you possibly release a little bit more weight. For me, it was additional 20 pounds after I lost 50, which made it a total of 70. All this is going to uplift your mood, just like he was telling, because you're helping your gut. And with my mindset coaching, I help you release your stress, emotions, entanglements from the past, and you are reshaping your core beliefs. Your mindset would be more enhanced. You'd be a happier person. With my weight release and as well as my health optimization, your body be more efficient. So that's the mind-body solution that makes your heart and soul sing. Ask me about my programs by setting up a complimentary consultation at Debi Changes Lives. And again, that is DebiChangesLive as in Victory ES.com/Linktree, LINKTREE. And there you get to know me. I get to know you, and I'll guide you to your optimum health. And it begins with 2 health assessments. You can pick which one you want to do, but the health evaluation is actually complimentary, where you will rate your symptoms in 4 categories of health. Some questions overlap in multiple categories. Answer them all. I will review it with you because it creates a baseline score. And when you move forward with my services, I'll create you a custom natural holistic strategy that will use and monitor your progress on a monthly basis. I also have 2 different body Zyto scans that, and I prefer to have the Zyto's Vizera link because I can do it remotely and internationally. And I actually, sent it to South Africa and Australia. Vizera Link is a transdermal optical imaging app that I send to a link to your phone. You scan your face for 30 seconds. It's going through your skin, looking only at blood flow for components of functional, energetic, and emotional in different body systems and lifestyles. That emotional component is a hidden gem. It creates a wellness reports of biomarkers out of range and products and services that bring it back into range. And I review it with you. The cost of the scan is $75, and if you move forward with a product or service, I'll give you a $25 credit toward one of them. Now, the Zero Link is a transdermal optical imaging app, also known as TI. Those two terms you can look up at pubmed.gov. That's pubmed.gov for its accuracy. And I also have a package of a family pack of 5 scans saving you $50. People are really amazed what their body tells them through this scan, and you'd be too curious. Get one done to see what they're talking about, or ask me questions on my consultation. I also have programs. Take Your Body Back is a 12-week weight release mindset coding program on this website that you can pretty much, it's a 12-week program where you're using a new version of you for success. You want to go to the next slide, please? And and the rest of the coaching, everything is on Zoom. The first one's always private to you because I actually help you. With your evaluation. I'm a health practitioner. I don't know why she's not going to the next slide, but she's not. And so I evaluate. I'm a certified health practitioner, and the health assessments are private. The rest of the coaching is for the other coaching. I also give you a choice of 3 programs. I give you directions. I also give you directions how to create a new version of you that will drive you with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformational goals. The rest, you can ask me more about Take Your Body Back. It is 20% off. You will become a new you. And the same coaching for a group and minds and individual coaching. So pretty much we celebrate your wins. I get you over gaps, and I help you use your boards. Now with YFast, it's a do-it-yourself program. It's an intermittent fasting program that gets your cells and body humming, and in turn boosts your metabolism, rich, dense nutrition, high-quality essential nutrients. And you can, if you want to, you can, and has exercise and recipes as well. You can hire me for coaching for a couple of weeks if you need some help with that, or you can do it on your own. You can use a smaller programs for mindset enhancement as well as health optimization, but truly that is a longer journey, and I can create a custom program for that as well. I have 2 different other programs for women. One is Hope, if you can go to the next slide, and one is the GLP program, which is part of your Take Your Body Back if you wish. So Hope helps people during the pause, menopause, perimenopause, and postmenopause. Now, I do coaching, which is Debi Coaching Chest, by running out of time, as well as I have a giveaway, which is at debichangeslives.com/radio TV show, which is a 30-day health and mindset journal, daily action journal, where you can record your gratitude, thoughts, feelings, emotions, water, supplements, food, and exercise you've done on a daily basis, and also review it. Contact me if you need any help getting over your gaps. You can go to the next slide. Now, do we have time? With what you want to do is you contact me for my services, products, programs, and offers. I gave you the information where you can purchase the hydrogen water systems. And if you have any questions for Paul, you contact him. So we have time to bring Paul back. Running short on time there. Are you muted?
Yep, here I am. Here I am.
Closing remarks.
Oh, I'm just grateful. I hope that people know this is the perfect gift to give this time of year for Christmas. What better gift than the gift of health? So that's, imagine helping someone that has gut issues, overcoming that. And the modality is easy. What's easier than drinking water and losing weight? A lot of people want to lose weight in January, and studies show that when you drink the Echo water with because of the hydrogen, it will lower the fat in the body, like a calorie restriction diet. So what's easier, drinking water or going on a diet? I don't know.
Well, you can combine both. That's where I Take Your Body Back.
There you go.
It's a 12-week program where you get my coaching for mindset and
Perfect.
health, and as well as they're generated with emotion and passion to achieve your health and weight transformational journey with this board that they work with. So ask me more questions about that. And thank you again for being on my show.
Oh, pleasure.
And I'll have you back. So remember, continue to enjoy my radio and TV show, Debi Changes Lives, where which is on Thursdays at 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, where your holistic journey begins.